Welcome to all of our ILF leaders and members. The purpose of this video is to provide you with an update about our strategic visioning. My name is Robin Young, current president of the ILF board. Dr. David Peter, our incoming president for 2017, also welcomes you. We've been working hard to make sure that our leaders and members are fully informed of the changes that have occurred in the last year and that are coming in the next year. We hope you participated in the first call held on November 1st or watched the two resulting videos. If not, we encourage you to do so, as these videos are meant to build upon each other. The Indiana Library Federation has approximately 200 leadership positions between the ILF board, the leaders within the associations for school, public, and academic librarians, the committees, divisions, and districts. The board invites your input and feedback on each step of the strategic visioning process, so please don't hesitate to contact any board member. We are posting important documents on our redesigned website and recordings on our YouTube channel. We've been working hard to make sure that our leaders and members are fully informed of the changes that have occurred in the last year and that are coming in the next year. I'd like to talk with you a little about our structure, which I discussed in depth in our first call. According to the bylaws and standing rules, ILF has 4 associations, 10 committees, 16 divisions, and 8 districts, all with varying levels of activities and member engagement. The board and many of our leaders recognize that the current leadership structure may not be the best structure to advance libraries for the future. If you review various minutes over the last years, and often those minutes may not have even been submitted to the ILF office, we have been working to sustain the structure of ILF rather than the structure working to sustain libraries. We know that everyone is very busy, and we really want your limited volunteer time focused on advancing libraries for a sustainable future. That is why ILF has been asking our members about their aspirations, challenges, and changes needed to overcome the challenges and achieve the aspirations. We have been asking associations and divisions to tell us what skills and supports are most needed for the future. Additionally, the ILF office has started data analysis about our members, participation and engagement, conference attendance, survey responses, and the revenues and expenses within ILF. We are doing an environmental scan to review changes in demographics and in the economy. This process of asking, listening, research, and feedback will help shape the future of ILF. Now let's talk about our plan for strategic visioning for the future. ILF previously had a strategic plan, but members were not necessarily engaged in the development of the plan or in the execution of it. Lucinda and the board are working hard to engage members, to listen to the needs of the field, and to incorporate best practices. When we hired Lucinda, we understood that we needed to change as an organization to create a sustainable future. We charged her with moving the work forward, and together we are doing just that, moving the work forward. In the next few minutes, we want to review the steps taken to date to prepare for a strategic planning process. These are summarized on a document in the members-only section of the website called Envisioning the Future for Indiana's Libraries. The planning really started before Lucinda arrived, as the board and leaders discussed the needs and desires for ILF before we started the search process. In January of 2016, we identified the type of leader who would be responsive to members, but also focus on the overarching mission of the organization. Once Lucinda arrived, she engaged in a series of interviews and surveys using the Aspirations tools from the Harwood Institute. Lucinda heard from members about their desires for ILF to be the voice for Indiana's libraries and the people who work in them, how members expect high-quality professional development opportunities, and how members expect ILF to be more proactive in advocacy and messaging. Conversations and surveys revealed many challenges facing our school, public, academic, and special libraries. Many members offered specific suggestions as to how to improve our services and, perhaps more importantly, how to advance libraries for the future. The board approved a work plan on August 11th. The work plan was designed to lay the foundation for the creation of this strategic plan. In a prior recording, Lucinda described the 5 areas of the work plan. And I'm happy to report that we have made substantial progress in the 5 areas in just a few months, in creating a stable office, engaging members, and planning for revising governing documents, comprehensive conferencing, and professional development, and creating an internal and external communications plan. The office staff has been quite busy preparing and working on this work plan. It's been quite incredible, the work that they've done. This past year has been a year leading up to this work, from our leadership camp last January to hiring Lucinda to a series of listening about aspirations, challenges, and changes. The staff and board have made progress on the work plan. Then on October 5th, the board approved an outline for the strategic planning process. During the ILF board meeting on December 8th, the board authorized limited funding to support the process from our Special Initiatives Fund. The board authorized the executive committee to appoint a strategic visioning steering committee and will request ILF associations, committees, divisions, and districts to prioritize at least one facilitated conversation with written feedback. The staff are focused on preparations for this process as well as maintaining the services and continuation on the work plan. The board realized that we are at a critical point. We could create a strategic plan that only looks internally at ILF. And we had a choice. We could tweak around the edges or we could think bigger. But we listened to our members about their concerns for the future. The board's plan includes a look at member and stakeholder aspirations, development of a vision for the future, and the ways in which this may be achieved. The board recognized that we will want to engage our members and leaders in many different ways. The board has asked for specific things from our leaders. We created a series of leader calls in order to prepare them for the Visioning Leadership Retreat scheduled for Friday, February 3rd, 2017. We asked board members to attend division roundtables and asked divisions to facilitate conversations about specific questions. We asked district leaders to include a 2-hour session at any district conference or meeting in the spring, as we recognize that there are many members and non-members who only participate at the district level. We want as much engagement with members and potential members as possible. We know that we are asking a lot of our leaders to stay informed, to provide input, and to help serve as a champion and ambassador of this work with our 1,800 members. Of our 190 leaders, 35 participated on the first leader call, and 30 have watched the recordings, but we really hope to increase that engagement with our leaders, as your help is critical to the success of ILF and of the future of libraries. Our leaders are critical in helping to frame the message about a positive future to both our members and to external audiences. If you have not been involved to date, or if you have not reviewed the first recordings or documents, we encourage you to start there. If you are a leader in an association, committee, division, or district, we would like your leadership team to schedule a call or meeting with Lucinda if you've not done so already. For the Visioning Leadership Retreat on Friday, February 3rd, consider which individuals from your unit might like to participate. We are preparing the list of attendees, but space limitations will cap the attendance at about 75. The board intends to be very strategic about making sure that we have representation from all types and sizes of libraries, areas of the state, and types of skills and experience of members. The executive committee will create a participant list to ensure that the attendance aligns with our goals for representation. We regret that we may not be able to accommodate all who would like to attend, but we are asking each association, committee, division, and district to consider who might represent them at this important planning meeting. If you are a chair, vice chair, secretary, or key leader in an ILF unit, please provide 1 to 3 names to Lucinda Nord of people who might be able to help represent your unit. If you personally are interested in participating, please contact Lucinda as well. The instructions are on this slide for what we are looking for. The minimal expectations for participants include a commitment to ILF and to advancing Indiana's libraries, a pre-reading, active participation in the February 3rd event, and responses to follow-up communications. The ideal candidate will not only be committed to and love libraries as a staff member, volunteer, or trustee, but will also be a good contributor in small group discussion. The ideal candidate will be willing to consider tough questions and represent a certain expertise in Indiana's library, or someone who has the trust of his or her unit. The ideal candidate will be willing to think critically and innovatively about our collective future. We aim to have a survey to members out around the time of the February 3rd event. Then once the framework is created, we aim to meet with various units within ILF and other key stakeholders to fill in the details. We want to assure members and leaders that even if they do not participate in the February 3rd event, they will have ample opportunities to provide input and feedback in the visioning process. On behalf of the board and of our incoming president, Dr. David Peter, we would like to thank you again. We are eager to continue on our path toward a stronger future for Indiana's libraries and for ILF. If you have questions, clarifications, and concerns, please do not hesitate to contact any of us on the board or the ILF office. Thank you so much for your time.